I served on the City Commission for 21 years. I had good relationships with staff and management, and I learned a great deal, a tremendous amount, from the professional staff people through the years. The roles of the 4 appointed officials and the 5 city elected officials are set out in the charter. We have a manager-commission form of government with a weak but directly elected mayor. The professional staff all work for the appointed officials. Elected officials are not to direct staff to do this or that, to tell staff what policy option to recommend, or to direct that anyone be hired or fired. Or, give an extreme example, we are not to tell staff to deliver a load of gravel to our house and repair our driveway. We all understood the rules and the reasons for them. I met frequently with the appointed officials, department heads, and line staff to better understand what the city was about. Now I understand that elected officials, both in the city and county, are told that somehow they have a limited role and they cannot talk directly with staff people. I find that very peculiar, since citizens, non-for-profit agencies, the Chamber of Commerce, union representatives, landowners, and developers can and do interact with staff on a daily basis. Newly elected officials are somehow led to believe that they won't see the big picture and should rely on the recommendations of professional staff. It's true that new commissioners may not understand or know all the details, but they should not allow the feedback they have gotten from voters to be blocked or blunted in deference to the institutional view. I advise new commissioners that they have 3 options when voting: yes, no, and yes with conditions. No is an okay answer. When they are unsure, they should vote no and ask for additional information. But they must also develop independent sources of information. Otherwise, they become a captive of the institution. For the institution, the city government, as seen through the eyes of the staff, has a point of view and its own goals. Its first priority is to protect the institution, protect it from criticism and from any abrupt changes. The institution will normally defend what it is doing and what it has always done, fearing that making changes is an acknowledgement that something was done wrong or not done well. The institution will say that those who think for themselves or try to introduce change are radicals or not team players, or that they have stepped outside their prescribed role. But I believe that differing views are just that, differing views, not criticism. Suggesting there may be another way is not an attack on the institution or the staff. Staff viewpoints should be respected, but staff are not elected by the people. Staff don't have a vote on policy or budget or land use decisions. Staff is one step removed from the people and will not necessarily be getting direct or current feedback from the voters. In effect, I believe it is the staff which has a more limited role. That distinction needs to be made and remade to upper management and then conveyed to the staff. There can and should be harmonious and respectful relationships between elected officials and professional staff and management. But there has to be a balance, given the trust vested with the elected body by the voters of our community.